Some of you lot will have been waiting for this video, anticipating this video would be coming soon. Now, how long have I had my car back? About 4 days, driven it 3 times. I've just driven it just now, it's the 3rd time I've driven it. And went down the road and we got a misfire. A lovely misfire. Now, I know there was an intermittent misfire before, but then it went away. But it's come back now and it's really bad. It's all the rev range. It's not on idle, but it's only when you start accelerating from idle near enough, pretty much straight away, you got a misfire. I'm saying it's running on 2 cylinders, 2 to 3 cylinders for all the rev range. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to try and diagnose it and hopefully how to fix it. So I'm just going to go through a few things to see if we can fix the misfire problem. So here we go. Unfortunately, I've misplaced all my big wire brushes, so I've only got a little dinky one left, but it does the job. Just give your plug a nice clean up. I can't do it with one hand, you need 2 hands. But you just hold it in one hand and give it a good brush from side to side. I'll see if I can find a nice place to put the camera. Get your plug and just get your brush like that. Give it a nice clean up. Try not to disconnect it. The reason I've still got it in my socket is because it's bloody hot, because I've just driven the car, you see. You can take it out of the socket and just hold the plug, but it's bloody hot, so that's why I've still got it in the socket. It's burning my fingers, it was. Bloody thing. Bloody thing. Just give it a good brushing with a wire brush. Some plugs, they say you can't clean them, you just have to replace them, but fuck them, man. They're expensive and you don't want to be replacing them every time. This ain't the right plug to be going in my engine, by the way. I don't know what it's doing in there. The ones I had in there were the ones with the little things all the way around them. I don't know what happened to them. And then once we've given it a nice brush, we find ourselves a bit of rag. Whatever I've done with a bit of rag. Here's a bit of rag. Nice bit of rag. And then just give it a wipe around. Give it a nice wipe around. I'm going to have to try and find out what the gap should be on these. Because I think the gap's a bit big, to be honest. Give it a nice spruce up. Get rid of all the crust. Get rid of all the soot. Make sure they're clean. This is the first step to try and diagnosing a misfire. Obviously, after you checked all your connections on your HT leads and all that crap, check all that first. But if you've got a misfire, you should always check your spark plugs first, because the common cause, you know, they break down, they get dirty, then they don't spark, and all that kind of stuff. Because if you get a bit of soot, hang on a minute, I can't see the thing. We're upside down. Make sure I'm getting in focus. If you get soot all around there, and it goes all around the, you know, all in there and everything, then what happens is it'll be a weak spark, like a yellowy spark. It might not even spark at all, because it just can't. So they have to be clean in order to give a nice blue, nice spark in between there. And that gap's far too big for my liking, I think. But yeah, man. So you got to make sure they stay clean. So what we'll do is we'll go and, well, I'm going to check the gap. I'm going to try and find out what the gap should be, and then I'm going to put this one back in, and then we'll go through the other 3 plugs. Before I put the plugs back in, I always like to spray the thread down here. Come on, focus. I always like to spray the thread here with a little bit of WD-40, just a little bit, so that it goes in nicely and don't jam up and you know, squeal. Just makes them nice to go in, and when the engine gets on, the WD-40 you know, burns off. Just makes it a lot easier, and they don't get stuck in that way either. They come out nice and easy then. Bloody focusing. For some reason it don't like focusing on spark plugs. Oh man. Anyway, WD-40, man, it's good stuff. This is the second one along. We can have a focus on this one. This one ain't too bad either. It's Well, you know what, they're all pretty clean, which is not good for me. This is only the second one, so the Misfire could be on the 3 or 4. But I was hoping to see a bad spark plug. They could still be broken down inside. I'm going to order a new set anyway, just so I can rule out the possibility of the plugs being the problem. But you know, I'm going to give them a clean up. I'm still not sure on the gap. I couldn't find my feeler gauges, so I had a brand new set of feeler gauges, but I can't find them, so I'm going to have to root around. You can see the mess of what I'm in, you know what I mean? I'm trying to do stuff when you've got this amount of mesh, you can't find nothing. So I've got to try and find my new set of feeler gauges, but so it's not a very good example. I'll do a separate video on how to check the gap, I suppose. But yeah, man, I'm going to give that one a clean up, and then we'll go on to number 3 and we'll see what that one was like. I think I might have found the cause of the problem. Can't see. The spark plug's broke. And we'll try and get it out now. Well, I found when I put that one back in, I screwed it in and then this happened. So I'm hoping this might be the source of my misfire, to be honest with you. I didn't realise how bad that plug was. Look at that. So I'm going to have to get a new set of spark plugs anyway. But the only problem is, all this what cracked off has gone inside the cylinder, which is a pain in the arse, man. I did get some of it out, but a little bit's gone in there. I don't know what to do. I tried to hoover it out, but it didn't work. Well, I'm not sure if it worked. I don't think it did. I can't see in there enough to find out. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about that, to be honest with you. It's only a little bit, so maybe if I start it up, it might blow it out of the exhaust. But the problem is, it's going to go through the turbo first, isn't it? Pain in the arse, man. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to check the other 2 plugs now and see what they're like while I'm at it. I'll tell you what, I ain't going to bother even looking at the other ones. I'm just going to order the new plugs and I'm going to change them all anyway. So what's the point in looking at the other ones? I'll look at them when I take them out to put new ones in. I don't know what I'm going to do about the bit what fell in the bloody cylinder, man. It's only a little bit, so I don't know what to do. Start it up and just hope it blows through the turbo and don't damage it. If it's just idling, it won't damage it, will it? It's whether it's enough for it to, you know, cause damage to a valve or something. It might get stuck in a valve. Fuck! I don't want to take that bloody head off. What a pain in the arse that will be. I don't know, man. Anyway, there it is. Lovely job. New ones being ordered in a minute.